Hey guys, what is up, and welcome back to another episode of Message with Ace Attorney Investigations. In the last episode, we kicked Ambassador Alba out of his position of ambassador, so I guess now he's ex-Ambassador Alba, and now we can question him as much as we like, without too many consequences. So yeah, let's continue questioning him from where we left off. Let's go. Aha. Actually, I do believe there was a way to transport the body out of the theater. Perhaps you should give this a look. What is that supposed to be? It's footage from a security camera that captured the state of the immigration area. Should I congratulate you on getting your hands on it? Just letting you know that we're not the only ones watching your every movement. Thank you for the warning. Now if you could take a good look at the section here. This lump here inside the push cart. Do you know what's causing it? Should I? Because I don't. In that case, allow me to enlighten you. This is the cause of the unnatural lump under the cloth in the push cart. Kochin's body? What is the meaning of showing me that? It's to say that the unnatural balls in the pushcart is Mr. Kochin's body. You had the Steel Samurai wheel his body away from the real crime scene. What a guess. But I wonder if you have any evidence to support it. I admit that for now it is but a hypothesis, however. If you can't prove it, then I'm afraid I must be on my way. I don't have any more time to play with you people. Hey! Sorry it took so long, Mr. Edgewood, sir! Gummy? Detective Gumshoe, is that the Steel Samurai's pushcart? Yes, sir. I found it in the open-air stage area. So that's where you went. The detective spirit that Pops left me with. I thought I'd follow my gut and go with it, sir. So, Mr. Edgewood, is this worth anything to the case? Yes, it just might play a major role in solving this case, detective. But something isn't right. I thought that the entire samurai family was an Alabast. Where exactly in the open-air stage area did you find this pushcart? I found it just lying there at the end of the stage, sir. Oh? Well, let's leave that for now and examine the inside, detective. Yes, sir! Aha! It's blood! This must be Mr. Kochin's blood, which only goes to prove that Mr. Kochin's body was indeed transported by this pushcart. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Kochin at this theater and then placed his body inside the pushcart. And then you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. I forced him to move the body into Alabast? What nonsense! Why would I bother to do such a thing? You were scheduled to make a speech in Alabast, meaning it was difficult for you to make a stop in Babal. However, what if you move the body to Alabast? Because it was your embassy, you could keep an eye on it and tamper with the evidence. And then you smuggled it out of Alabast. No! If I can show you how you move the body from Alabast to Babal, then I win. But you can't. The security between the two countries is incredibly tight. I'll be the one to judge whether I can or cannot prove it. And so I ask you to provide us with testimony regarding your movements after your return to Alabast. Miles Edgeworth, have you figured it out? Do you know how the body was moved? To be honest, I have nothing to support my hypothesis at this time. However, I don't believe I've made a mistake in my logic up until this point. Which means there is no question that can't be answered, right? The primitive statue was smuggled successfully through a brief flight through the air. So why shouldn't there be an answer as to how the body was moved? which means that there must be a logic flaw somewhere I can exploit. After I returned to Alabast, I had my picture taken with the Steel Samurai shaking hands. Then, just as I was about to start my speech, the Yatagarasu appeared. I feared for the national treasure, so I raced back to my office. Is that all? Yes, that's all.
Objection!
It looks like you left out a few things, such as the murder of Damas II. Furthermore, you left out the part about meeting with me in your office.
Ah, those trifling matters. I don't believe I need to speak of those things again. Stop speaking so slowly. You're wasting my time by speaking so slowly. Do you really need me to answer that for you? People like you cannot be allowed to wander freely through society. Then you'd better try hard, because I doubt you'll find a single contradiction.
He's really full of himself, isn't he?
Yes, he is. How can he be so confident at a time like this? Come on, don't be shy. Go ahead and ask whatever you'd like. So why was it only with the Steel Samurai? I thought the Pink Princess was also around? The Pink Princess was suffering from a bad hip at the time, and the doctors recommended that she rest.
Wow, so you do have a soft side after all.
The pain of a bad hip. I suppose none of you can really understand how it feels.
Oh, so you tend to strain your back as well, huh?
But isn't that just because you're normally all hunched over? You did need to keep up the act no matter what, I suppose. The point of this is to not discuss my back problems. For about 15 minutes after our handshake, I was in my office preparing for the speech. That Yatagarasu was just a trick that you had set up. A most amusing joke, and how do you propose that I set it up? If you really want to know, I can explain it in detail for you. You arranged the spotlights in the Rose Garden so that when you were to take the stage, the audience would see the Yatagarasu's shadow. Oh, that is an interesting tale. Sadly, it has nothing to do with me. What's it gonna take for you to fess up to anything? Very well then, let's move on to a different question. After the Yatagarasu appeared, what was the state of the Rose Garden? Everyone took refuge inside the embassy. I even helped with the effort. And then, once everyone was inside, well, I feared for the national treasures. And what happened after you returned to your office? I don't want to keep on repeating this, however. Upon my return, I had that stroke of bad luck and bumped into Mask Man.
And I don't want to keep on repeating this either. But his name was Damas II.
Who cares what he was called? By the time he got to the primitive statue that he was supposed to steal, it had already been swapped for the fake. Talk about an unlucky man, being bludgeoned to death with a fake statue.
My god, Miss Von Karma's really letting her whip fly now.
Hey!
I think the scary part is her silence while she's doing it.
She must be at the limit of patience as well. But physical attacks are meaningless here. Only evidence will suffice. I can't find a single flaw in his argument. At this rate, I won't be able to prove that he is actually guilty of anything. Are we finished here?
Miles Edgeworth, can you not come up with how the body was moved to Babal? Sir! Mr. Edgeworth!
Even after proving so much, is he going to get away with it? Is this the end? Hold it! There we go. Who is it? Ayo! It would be a great honor if you would allow us to be your allies in battle!
Evil magistrate, it is time for you to pay! It's a Steel Samurai?
No, you are mistaken, for I am Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo. And this is Prig Princess Mommy. What the is happening?
Edgy poo.
Ugh. The two people that I wanted to see the least. Larry! What are you two doing here?
Way to show your gratitude, Edgy. We just wanted to help. Yeesh. I'm gonna get the bad guy with a single thrust of my samurai spear.
Go away!
How can you be so mean to us, Edgy Poo? All three of us came to let a hat, and this is how you treat us?
Well, isn't this grand? And I see they managed to find the Iron Infant. Does that really matter right now?
Hey! Is it just me, or is the Iron Infant completely soaked?
Oh yeah! I found him in the ball, but he was in the middle of the pool. Wait a second. Larry, go back to what you just said. Huh? Oh, it appears that we made it. Not that far back. Something about finding the Iron Infant in Babal. And he found it in a pool? I don't recall there being one in Babal. Oh, that! Well, I was in Alabas the whole time, so I have no idea how the Iron Infant wound up in Babal. I thought I had lost him in the Rose Garden. But I guess maybe this cute little kid can swim, huh? Wait, what? Larry, you lost the Iron Infant in the Rose Garden? Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm sure. But I found him in... That's enough, Larry. The Iron Infant that Larry lost managed to move between the countries. Furthermore, the Iron Infant was found soaked in the middle of a pool. This is what I've been looking for. It's another smuggling route between the countries. The key to the route that the Iron Infant took to travel from Alabas to Babal is... What the frick? Counterfeiting. The Yatagarasu. I don't know. Ah, that's right. This embassy was built with bilateral symmetry in mind. Detective Gumshoe! Yes, sir! There is a location I wish for you to examine post-haste. It is where I believe the route used to smuggle Mr. Kojin's body lies.
Does something like that really exist, sir?
An embassy built on a bilateral symmetry, meaning that this is where we need to examine. Right here.
Yes, sir! I'll be back before you know it!
It's too late. It doesn't matter what you do now. It's all a waste of time. You will stay here with us and wait. This is Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's here, sir! There's a reservoir here, just like in the Rose Garden.
Just as I suspected.
What is it?
The two sides of the embassy are mirror images of each other, which means that there is also a pool at the corresponding location on the Babalese side. Mr. Kojin's body was moved into Babal through the pool in Alabast. Avoiding the topic with a vague answer coming like that is unbecoming of a prosecutor. If you don't mind, I'd like to see more physical proof if you have any. The Iron Infant is positively soaked in water. Why do you think that is? It's because he was fished out of a pool, and not just any pool. It was the Babalese one. I think it's pretty obvious at this point what must be true. Aha! The water reservoirs in the two courtyards are connected. And where is your proof that the two sides are connected? The proof is right there before your eyes. The half-drowned Iron Infant. This blasted doll!
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back! Hey! Don't tell me! You guys figured everything out without me!
We did, thanks to this hero of justice's son. Even if he is just a doll, he managed to help foil the villain. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, I don't want to say this, but it's kind of unlikely that the body just happened to have passed on through the ball. This guy's a doll, and he's small, so I can believe he made it, Brett. He has a point. Yes, that's right. I'm glad someone here understands. You didn't say that! You didn't say that, though! Lang had to point it out, you fucking idiot! Is far from over. Agent Lang.
Why is he helping Mr. Alba out now?
He's not. He realized a flaw in my argument and is helping to move the logic along. In which case, I should return the favor and find an answer. And another thing, Mr. Kochan's body was found in this office in Babal. So what happened to his body after it was transported to the open-air stage? Mr. Alba had an accomplice in Babal, remember? You mean Sheena, right? With her there, you can see how it was possible to move the body up to the office. Are you seriously claiming that she swam through the connecting pipe with the body?
He's right! Miss Sheena would drown if she did that!
It's hard to imagine that she swam through the connecting pipe. It looks like your hypothesis about the body, how the body was, how blah 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 blah. In the end, it's all just the befuddled musings of an accusatory man. Now then, I believe you should give up and follow me passage, and allow me passage. Because from the start, there was no feasible method of transporting the body. What? Mr. Prosecutor, recall Sheena's movements. Ugh. What was happening in the embassy around the time Miss Sheena was in Babal?
Oh, if only there was a way to get rid of the water in the pool.
Get rid of the water? Aha! That's it! Now I believe this time we really are done, isn't it? Right, sorry. Unfortunately for you, it's far from over, Mr. Alba. You are a most persistent man. Are you saying that you've thought of a way to move the body through the water? Move the body through the water? That is completely unrelated to how it was done. Excuse me? The reason I say that is because there wasn't any water at the time. What do you mean there wasn't any water? Just what it sounds like. Tonight's events made it possible to drain the water, allowing the body to be moved. Fire! Where's the fire? There's the fire! I found the fire! Tonight, the Atagarasu set fire to a variety of locations in the Babalese embassy. In order to put the fires out, much of the reservoir's water was used. Of course, when the water was used, the reservoir's water level went down. If enough water was drained, the connecting pipe could be used to traverse the border. So what? The water level went down? The reservoirs were connected? Does any of this matter? You can't prove any of this. Pretending to be ignorant won't work with me. We both know what kind of situation we're in right now. Even in a game, there comes a critical game-changing moment. Game-changing? A moment in which you hit a wall that you must overcome in order to beat the game. I haven't lost yet. I found the route you used to smuggle the body, and that route will lead to your defeat. I said both pronunciations in the same sentence. This is weird. You still can't really call that a smuggling route. I know that. I should have figured that you would notice. Notice? Hey, Mr. Alba, how deep are those pools anyway? I'll have you know those pools are extremely deep. And there are no ladders or footholds along the walls either. It would be difficult for Sheena to hold the body and climb up out of the pool. Ladders or footholds along the walls? There was no such need for such things. What do you mean? If one were to use a certain something, they could go up or down in the pool at will. Oh? Looks like you got an answer already. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Prosecutor? Enlighten us already. The way in which Miss Sheena and the body were able to rise up to ground level. If there was a way to control the water level, that could be the way the body was moved. This was used so that the body and Miss Sheena could move up and down in the pool. Mr. Alba used the fountain spouts, and in a manner of speaking. He used the fountain spouts? How so? The water level in the pools can be controlled by opening and closing the spouts. Miss Sheena and the body were lifted upward by their buoyancy in water. The fire on the Bobolese side and the firefighting effort. These were set in motion all for the sake of smuggling Mr. Koten's body. Shall I show you where the final destination of my train of logic leads? First, Mr. Alba closed the fountain spouts in advance in preparation of the things to come. Then he took the pushcart that was brought to the rose garden and pushed it, along with the iron infant and Mr. Koten's body, into the pool. At this time, Sheena was busy conveniently starting the first fire in Babal. Then she made for the open-air stage's pool to wait for the firefighting effort to begin. When the firefighters used all the water in that pool, the water level went down. And by the time the fire was put out, the pipe between the two pools was exposed. This is when she pushed the pushcart from Alabaston to Babal. Once that was accomplished, Mr. Alba simply opened the fountain spouts once more. And the water level rose up to its original level along with Miss Sheena and the body. After that, Miss Sheena used the pushcart to carry the body up to the Secretariat's office. There was an elevator in the embassy after all, so you see, even with her small frame, she could have easily transported Mr. Koten's body. And that wraps up my thorough explanation of how the body was moved. No! Well, ex-Ambassador Alba, what do you think? Not so untouchable without your precious extraterritorial rights to protect you, are you?
I knew you could do it, Mr. Edgeworth! Way to fight back!
You accuse me of moving the body across the country lines, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you don't have what it takes to indict me.
The nitty-gritty? What does the old man want now?
Proof. I believe it is what he seeks. Yes, proof. Without any, who is to say whether or not any of what you said really happened?
He wants proof? What are we gonna do, Mr. Edgeworth?
There is no need to worry. I've had all the proof we need all along. The body wasn't the only thing to go through the pool's connecting pipe tonight. Just as Detective Gumshoe found the pushcart in the open-air stage area, so too did I find one other item there. And that piece of evidence is what will prove that the pools were the smuggling route. This was another thing that was smuggled over to Babal's open-air stage area. Yeah. And what exactly is this? You have no idea, do you? This little piece that I found on the Bobolese side will be your undoing. A guitar pick? Would you care to explain how that is going to do me in, as it were? Much to your chagrin, perhaps, but this is not a guitar pick. What? This is something I found at the open-air stage, which was transported with the body. I naturally assumed that you would recognize it, since you took a photo with it after all. But since you don't, allow me to fill you in on what I found at the stage actually belongs to. Picture? It can't be this one, right? Oh, it is this one. Okay, I know what it is, but I don't think we can present the picture. Let us take a good look at the murder weapon that was used to kill Manny Cochin. On the handle of this knife, there is a beautifully blooming flower. However, it would appear that it's missing a single petal. Now let's see what happens when we try to fit this pick in that open slot. Aha!
It's a perfect fit!
I assume that the petal must have fallen off the flower during Mr. Cochin's murder, and then it was accidentally placed into the pushcart along with Mr. Cochin's body. That's an interesting story, nothing more. Oh, I assure you it's more than just a story, because for some odd reason, the flower petal was wet when I found it. It was wet, you say? Yes, and the only place it could have gotten wet from is the open-air stage's pool. Now I ask you, how did a part of the weapon which was smuggled into the water wind up in the open-air stage area on the Bobbly side of the embassy? I don't think I need to waste any words explaining this, as the petal explains it all for me. It proves that someone went from the Rose's Garden pool on through into a ball. Impossible! And people of Zhengfa have been waiting to see you face to face, Mr. Alba. I'll tell everyone back home we'll be there soon. You should be happy. Why? Why? It's a little late to be asking that question. You should have known from the very beginning, when you took your first life. No matter how you may plot or how you may try to cover it all up, you can never hide from your crime and what you've done. Because we're here to see to it that justice is served to people like you. You can't call what you've given a perfect argument.
You know, I don't think this guy is gonna ever admit to his wrongdoings, Mr. Edgeworth. Because he values himself above all else. People who can't be negotiated with are people who refuse to admit when they've lost. I don't believe those kinds of people really exist, because everyone breaks eventually.
You're right. In that case, I have no choice but to use all of the evidence I have. I'll use it all until he breaks under the weight of his crimes. Mr. Alba, I request that you testify once more. This really will be the end of the line. And yet we have a whole other part to go through. Why? Is it really that difficult for this guy to just admit? Is it really that difficult? I mean, we have so much evidence. Why? Why? Why are we still here? It could have stopped with Lang being like, all right, let's go take you back to Zhengfa, get you arrested, get your trial going, you know, all of that stuff. Like, why are you still trying to deny this, sir? Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Well, anyways, that is it for this episode. See you guys next time. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet. Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload. Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.